Oh, we're comparing stats. Baby girl doesn't know that I am Tom Brady at this game. Married at 18, divorced at 21. Second marriage, married at 25, divorced at 28. Third engagement, engaged at 29, ended it at 30, but I kept the ring. I'm still keeping Tom Brady on his toes.
Alright guys, so for today's video, we're going to be talking about that wonderful bundle of joy you just saw in the beginning there. Her name is Mia Khalifa. She is a former adult star, turned anti-porn kind of advocate, which then moved back into doing OnlyFans. I guess because she needed money or thinks it's a better way of doing adult work. And now, before we get started, I'm just going to play the rest of that clip that we just saw.
We should not be afraid to leave these men. We are not stuck with these people. Marriage is not a sanctimonious thing. It is paperwork. It's something it's a commitment you make to someone. But if you feel like you're not getting anything from that commitment and you're trying, you gotta go. You gotta go. You have to go. I know it's difficult to fill out paperwork and to make appointments and to do all of these things, but this is your.
So, you see that, and right off the bat, I would say don't take advice from a woman like that or anybody like that, especially somebody who, was formerly in the adult industry. I believe that is why her first marriage that she mentioned failed, was because her husband divorced her due to her being in that industry, or have doing that work in the industry. Now the crazy thing is, I believe she only had a career in the adult industry for about 3 months, but ever since she got into it, it's kind of been a thorn in her side, I would say, from then till now. And as I mentioned, once she finished with the adult industry, she started to kind of go into this anti-adult industry line of work where she would, make posts saying girls don't do this. If she saw somebody talking about it, she would reply to other people's messages. She went right here on the BBC to talk about it. This is a 3-year-old clip and it has over 17 million views. We're going to be playing a little bit of this one as well. But it's just interesting that she's talking about how it's not sanctimonious and that all it is paperwork and a commitment. So it's like, is it paperwork? Is it a commitment? If you're somebody who doesn't believe in this type of thing, why are you even going through marriage? And in the end, she talks about if you're stuck, get out. If you're not getting what you deserve within the commitment, get out. And with the trends that we've been seeing more and more lately in terms of how people are just getting divorced, like with a snap of a finger, it's like, oh, you didn't change the laundry, I'm out. Or hey, you didn't do the dishes, I'm out. Like I think you need to start talking with a partner before just going from relationship to relationship or marriage to marriage about what you feel like is a parameter or a commitment goal, so everybody kind of sees where the hard lines are. And it's not just a little wishy-washy where you're like, oh, you know what, I'm not feeling it today. Actually, I think we're good. Because that's kind of the vibe that she gives when she's talking the way she's talking. Now, I do agree, if you are in a relationship that's not good, maybe you guys are at each other's throats and you've tried other methods of helping each other, like counseling or, taking maybe some time apart from each other, or just maybe really trying to refocus your attention on each other and that's not working, or, you're in a dangerous place. Yeah, then I agree. Get out. Don't feel like you're stuck in those type of situations. But the way she's going on about it just kind of sounds like, if the wind blows this way and you all of a sudden you feel it, let's go. And the reason I say this kind of thing is because you have other videos that she makes, like this one.
Okay, cool girl engagement.
That's not a thing. Everyone knows the real cool girls get divorced before 30.
Where she's basically either satire or a joke or whatever, saying like, hey, you're actually not the cool girl unless you've been divorced before the age of 30. And it's things like this that send a wrong message to young girls out there. And also these guys who are seeing women put out this message, then these guys are saying, why would I even try then if this is the mentality that these women have? But on that note, I want to watch a little bit of this video here, just to see kind of what she's promoting or what she was saying 3 years ago, and what has changed from 3 years ago being anti-adult industry and now having an OnlyFans, making money. Now, I believe what she does on OnlyFans isn't like what she did in the adult industry, but again, it's still in the same vein of selling yourself for money from the male gaze, which is something she tried to get away from, or that she felt like was wrong, or this and that. So let's just watch a bit of this.
But the origins of your fame lie in your brief involvement in the porn industry. Is that hard for you to deal with?
Absolutely. After I left, I deleted I didn't delete my Instagram. It got hacked by ISIS sympathizers and propaganda was posted all over it. So Instagram took it down. And
Now, a key point to this is one of the adult videos she had done, she actually adorned a hijab within the video. And I think that's kind of what set off the huge backlash. Was she's, I believe, Lebanese, and the whole community of the Muslim people and all that stuff just like kind of went after her, like, why would you do that? How could you wear that? This and that. So I believe this is why she started getting so many attacks and so much hate at the time being.
And I didn't recreate one for another year until I decided to kind of accept my fate as the infamous former porn star and try and change the narrative. So I recreated an Instagram account and tried to, for lack of a better term, become an influencer.
Because if you put your name, as indeed I have done researching this, put your name into Google and...
On the Work Network?
Yeah, well, it was work. But the point is, you get these countless links to videos. The word porn star appears immediately. That is something that you will never, ever overcome, however much...
First of all, that's rude. I'm trying to.
Yes,
I'm trying to
understand
overcome
that.
it.
I don't mean...
The fact that she took offense to that and said that's rude, that's a fact of the matter. The internet is forever. Whatever you put out there is gonna follow you basically till the end of time. We've seen it with multiple celebrities. Take Kevin Hart, for example, in the Oscars, where they dug up tweets he had sent like 10 years ago or whatever, 8 years ago. Like, you're now talking about adult industry films. Like, those are going to follow you to the end of time, no matter how much you try to rebrand yourself or make yourself seem like an influencer. Like, it's going to be very difficult to separate those two, and that's just a fact of the matter.
To say you want it to be, but it's the way technology, the internet works.
Yeah. I'm not very Google friendly, and we're trying to change that. One of the first things that comes up is the site that I do not own or control, but where the homepage is written in first person, like I am the one running it. And on my Wikipedia, it's posted as my official website. And we've tried countless times to get it taken down, including taking legal action, but the company they won't hear anything. And we've made them countless offers.
Let's go through this step by step. How did a girl who was brought by her parents to the United States from Lebanon, your home country, schooled in the United States, clearly smart, went to university in Texas, read history. How did you get involved with the sex porn industry?
I don't think low self-esteem discriminates against anyone. It doesn't matter if you come from a great family or if you come from a not so great background. I struggled my entire childhood with weight, and I never felt attractive or worthy of male attention. And suddenly, my first year of college, I start losing all this weight from making small changes. And by the time I graduated, I was ready to make a bigger difference. I felt extremely self-conscious about my breasts because that was the first thing to go when I lost all the weight. I lost about 50 pounds. I don't know how many kilos that is, or stones.
Well, it's a considerable amount of weight.
Yeah.
It changed your body, it changed you physically.
Completely.
Yeah.
So my biggest insecurity was my breasts. So I wanted to more or less go back to what they normally were. And once I did that, I started garnering all of this attention from men, and I was never used to it. And I felt like unless I held on to it and kind of did what was asked of me or what was expected of me, it would go away. And after feeling what it was like, that validation and, you know, the compliments for the first time, I did not want that to go away.
Now, I mean, obviously I'm not a woman. I don't understand this kind of maybe internalized low self-esteem. Yes, you're getting the opposite sex attention. But as a woman, I mean, I wouldn't say it's extremely difficult to get males' attention. And I wouldn't say she's ugly by any sort of the means. Maybe she was chubbier, 50 pounds on her. I don't really know what she would look like back then. But it's interesting that this is the person, as I said, is giving marital advice who apparently had low self-esteem, started to get male attention, decided to go even further, participate in adult work, then have a huge backlash from that. And I also think she didn't get paid as much as she maybe thought she did, so she left the adult industry. Decided to get normal jobs after getting this fame, and everybody knew who she was now because of the adult industry. Decided to go on this anti-adult work campaign, basically trying to talk about how it's not good, how people shouldn't do it, the repercussions, this and this and that, which I think is commendable. I think that's great work. I've been seeing a lot more videos and clips of like adult stars coming out and explaining how it's so difficult for them, how they really regret doing it, how they think, you know, now that they're older, they realize all the consequences that that adult work has caused them going further in their life. And so I think that's a great message to send girls. But then you reverse it and go and start making an OnlyFans to then garnish the attention of men again and financial gain. So to me, it doesn't add up. But hey, love to hear what you guys have to say. I'll leave the rest of this video linked in the comment section below, or in the description below, if you do want to check it out. It's about 20 more minutes from where we left off. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Thanks so much.